Welcome to Bright Horizons with
Deb Colella and our Jim Chiaffi. Happy magnificent Monday, everybody. It's Monday.
yes, a beautiful Monday.
It is. We are back, right, Jim? We are back,
Yes.
back, back.
And as usual, we have birthdays to celebrate.
We do. Take it away, Jim, with your list to our
Okay.
wonderful birthdays today through
A
the week.
very talented sculptor, painter, jewelry maker who I met through Connie Francis. His name is
Uh-huh.
Yakov Heller.
Oh,
He has a showroom in Lake Worth and he works out of uh, Boca Raton and Delray, that area. And now he's sculpting a Connie Francis statue. It's amazing.
I heard about that. That is awesome. I can hardly
Yes.
wait. That's amazing.
Do we want to
Wow.
wish Yakov a happy birthday
Well,
today?
happy birthday, you beautiful, talented person. Lovely.
And Kathy McLean, real estate agent. Happy
Yes, I
birthday,
have
Kathy.
Kathy on my list. Happy birthday, Kathy.
And Lori Elliott, another real estate agent. Happy birthday, Lori.
Happy birthday, Lori.
David Plotkin has a birthday today. This is a big day for birthdays.
Yeah, okay.
Karen Turiano, happy birthday, Karen.
Happy birthday, Karen.
Lisa Keller, happy birthday, Lisa.
Yes, Lisa Keller, happy birthday.
And tomorrow, Gail Weir, a dear friend of mine, Gail, happy birthday.
Yes, Gail Weir, of course. Happy birthday, Gail.
And Lee Petteritt is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Lee.
Happy birthday.
And on Wednesday, Tim Wigurski. So happy birthday, all of you.
Wow. And then I have a list, so we have more to add to that list.
Okay.
Okay. Well, my wonderful, beautiful sister-in-law, Debbie Lopez, her birthday was on Saturday. Mwah. Love you,
Debbie,
honey.
happy birthday.
And then we have Christina Shields. Happy birthday, Christina. Brooke Shields, right? Okay. And then we have Lorraine Sacco. Happy birthday, Lorraine.
Happy birthday.
That's the 13th. We're going to take the birthdays into the end of the weekend. And then we have Lorraine was on the 13th. We have Nick Sacco on the 14th. Happy birthday, Nick.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Eric Sane on the 15th. Happy birthday.
Eric, yes. Another real estate agent, Eric.
And not a birthday, but an anniversary. Happy anniversary to my sister Lisa and Phil. Mwah. Love you both. March the 10th, over 40 years. God bless you both.
Wow.
Love you both.
It's wonderful.
Yes. Going strong, going together for a long time. So, yeah.
I love that. We love that.
Isn't that wonderful?
Celebrating love is beautiful.
It is. Love, that four-letter word. Think about it, right? We always say that. And of course, we always like to hit the day when we do our shows with a horoscope, and we're still into Pisces. March the 9th. Wow, it's going.
Yes, let's hear about Pisces.
Yes, including, wow, I'm a Pisces, so we're still into the Pisces, I think, until the 20th, I believe. Yeah, and then we go into Aries. But anyway, today you may be worried that you're worrying. You may be worried that you're worrying too much today about something that you should not be worried about. In other words, Pisces, you may be a bit neurotic over an important development unfolding now in the area of finance, security, or a professional interest. That may be true. You are getting worked up over something rather than presenting a calm demeanor that could instill confidence in others. Take some time alone to settle down, and you will begin to see things more clearly, rationally, and this is very important. So take that on the run, Pisces, including me.
Alone time is so important.
It is, Jim. It really is. I enjoy my. I think
especially with these phones, we get so distracted with so many.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I was just saying to Greg, I'm so guilty. He's guilty, and by God, you put it down and you pick it back up. I'm like, what am I doing? What did we do in the day? We picked up that telephone when it was on the wall, and when we received a busy signal, okay, we call back when they were available to speak. Now It's like you can't wait. The impatience is incredible.
There's so many distractions because of that.
Yes.
Just besides being a telephone, you have all that other information on it.
Well, literally walking around with computers. I mean, they're handheld computers.
Yeah. It is amazing what you can do on a phone. I mean, even banking, who would have thought you could do banking on a phone?
And then people are worried about being, scanned. Well, I wonder why, it's 2026, so we have to go with the flow, right?
Right.
And we have an awful lot.
But alone time is important for prayer, for meditation, just to think about. Sometimes you have to think through things, and with too many distractions, you can't really think through a challenge you might have or some problem that you're dealing with, and you really need that alone time, or speaking with others too about that, rather than trying to be distracted by the phone and
Right. And a lot of
technology.
times too, yeah, technology. And I think the worst part I feel, and this is just my opinion, is that when you say, for instance, you text someone about a topic, whether it's important or not, texts get out of control and they're also
Right.
misguided, they're
Yeah.
misunderstood, very much so.
You don't,
So
you don't
what you
know the
say
tone.
and
Right.
what you mean, that's why these emojis come into play. That's all well and good, but you're not really necessarily speaking from the heart. You're really not. It's just, okay, let me send this emoji. And that's fun. We all get a chuckle out of it, but it's still not like putting your own self in front of that person or on the phone, picking up the phone or even sending a card. I mean, the emojis, the emails and all that,
Right.
that's why we have to celebrate life. That's our topic today, right?
That's right.
Celebrate life.
Celebrate life.
We are celebrating life.
Not
Not
only life,
just
but your life. You have to celebrate your life.
absolutely, yes. Every day we have a life, our lives, Jim, it could be a birthday. It could be people. Today we do the celebration of life with funerals when people pass on. And it's an alternative for the traditional funeral. And I personally feel that's just 10 times better. It's just emotional and
Yes.
a positive impact rather than it's sad as it is. It's very heartbreaking as it is. So to have the, even if it's weeks or months held later for the celebration of life, it's nice because you're able to see that dashboard of that person's life amongst the people that are with you, knowing that person, so
Yeah, that's what brought the topic to us was Nancy Goldman, my dear
I know.
marketing representative for so many years, passed
What a
away,
lovely
passed
lady.
away recently.
Yeah.
But she had an extraordinary life because she touched so many lives.
She did.
She was a networker. So
Yes.
if she came to see you and you said you needed something, she would know somebody who
Oh,
you
yeah.
be together, and it was just beautiful.
When she was working with you, Jim, I used to get the biggest kick out of her. She'd come into the office. I would look forward to seeing her because she was such a bright of sun, just a bright of sunshine. I have to put it that way. She just shined. What she had to do, and there was nothing too big or nothing too small. Oh, her beautiful Southern accent,
Right.
Honey. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about it. I'll get it for you. No, don't you worry. I mean, I just like the Andy Griffith kind of, attitude. I love that, and it's beautiful. It was from the heart. I miss Nancy, and God bless your soul, Nancy, a lovely lady. So when I found out she had passed, I was very saddened, but
yes,
a lot of wonderful memories.
She was suffering, unfortunately, toward the end, so it's better she's at peace. But we do want to recognize her for all that she did for so many people, including me.
Yes.
I was a primary beneficiary of all of her talents. But like I said, she touched so many people on so many different levels.
Oh, yeah.
Just an amazing life. So we celebrate you, Nancy.
We do, honey. God bless you. Oh, lovely lady.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, we have to keep in mind that we all have value and we all touch lives on a daily basis. And that's so important to keep in mind because you can change someone's life that you don't even realize you're going to change today or tomorrow.
That's true. It's simply by being authentic, being you.
Yes.
Being you is all that matters, and doing all you can do, whether it's at home or on your job or no matter where you may be, just being you, the best version of you. Taking a closer look perhaps at others while growing older. Each and every one of us were growing older. It's very profound when you think about it because we cherish the present, but we also cherish the past. And the past is what's brought us today to where we are. And we sit back and we reflect and we say, as we age, we're not, I love to joke, as you know, we both do, we're growing up, but we're not really joking because in our minds, we're young, Yes, we're growing older. We are, that's a fact. But, our relationships are there. And they only grow more memorable and they only grow more emotional with well-being and so much more love. It's the conscious effort to appreciate the people who are in your lives that are there for you, the people that are passed on, the people that are here for you right here and now, whether it be your family, whoever it may be. Being conscious and being very much aware of where you stand in life because you're helping yourself and others by that positive momentum and celebrating life in that way,
It's
oh yeah, absolutely
important to keep in mind that to find, when you're interacting with others, if there's a need that they have that you could possibly assist them with, how
Right.
beautiful that you
Right.
could actually do that and alleviate some kind of issue or problem or burden that someone might have by just even maybe speaking about the topic rather than having to actually provide a remedy yourself, but still being open to that. And we run into so many people, and naturally some have much more meaning in their relationships with us, but still anyone you meet might have a need that you could assist and help with. So it's important to keep that in mind.
Very important, Jim. Yes. And also with ourselves, in order for us to be all we can be and to celebrate our lives along with others, we have to take time to celebrate every day by maybe taking a walk, maybe a nature walk, listening to a motivational tape of some sort, reading a book, your favorite movie, perhaps.
Yes.
It's an awesome day to celebrate yourself every day. It really is. And, it takes care of others. By you doing that, it just takes care of others. And it's so recognizable when you
And
can.
I often thank you for the posts that you make in Facebook with rainbows and beautiful scenes of nature when you're driving. Hopefully you stop safely to take these photographs. But you don't realize the effect that they have on people.
Yes.
It's beautiful that you do that and you take the time
Yes.
to do that. But that little touch of beauty can really be the photograph that someone needed at that point.
Yeah, at that time, right.
Yes.
Jim, it was funny this morning as I was leaving. Greg was telling me we have bunny rabbits. I think there's one, actually, and I shouldn't say plural. Maybe there is more than one, but they're so cute. There's one in particular, and Greg was telling me, he says, "Oh, honey, because I threw a carrot out there." I said, "I hope you chopped it up really fine." Because of course I did. I said, "Is it there?" Because it's no longer there. I said, "You made his or her, who knows if it's a boy or a girl, but they're just so darling to watch." That to me, I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but it's not. It made my heart feel good to know that he did that.
Yes.
And like you see the squirrels, he'll bring them some peanuts. But what I'm getting at is that bunny rabbit, that's the life of that bunny rabbit, and to get that carrot, he's celebrating his daily life.
Right.
I'm laughing, but it's true,
And it's beautiful that Greg took the time to do that.
Oh, he loves doing that. He's so good that way. And he'll get peanuts for the squirrels. I say, well, let's not make it a restaurant now,
Right.
But that's okay. I mean,
because I know what happens is they'll come back every day at whatever time you feed them. Expecting
and
it.
The beauty of Mother Nature is incredible. We have a bird bath in our backyard, as I've said before, and I just saw the most beautiful dove, and I mean a dove that just literally, for whatever reason, decided to sit on our patio, the back patio. And I was looking at the window, and at first it wasn't moving, so I became startled, thinking, "Oh my gosh, I hope it's not hurt." So Greg went out to check, and as Greg went out to check, I guess the dove had felt the presence and flew, but the dove didn't fly too far away. It literally flew on top of the wall. We have a privacy wall, so the dove had literally just flown on top of the privacy wall and looked in the window as I'm looking at it. And I said, "This is a sign, and a beautiful feeling of celebrating life, Now, whether the dove came to me or we came to the dove, we both have communication in that format. You know what I'm saying? Celebrating life, watching the beauty of it all, right?
It is. And it's funny because where Anne lives, she has a lake view, and the ducks come periodically.
I love the ducks. I love them. Yeah.
And it was funny because she was feeding them breadcrumbs and things, bread. And when it's almost the same time every day, they know when you're going to be there. And so then you had the mother with the little baby ducks that would come.
So cute.
About a month goes by and there aren't as many babies any longer. They probably get independent and go on their own.
Yeah.
And then two adults come. So we think it's a male and a female. There must be a couple,
I know.
And
they look how they model.
A few more weeks go by and some more baby ducks appear, so it's a cycle of life there.
It's so cute. And then you start naming them, right? I'm sure Anne's got some names for them because I would do that when I see the ducks, oh, they're so sweet. You don't want to overdo it, but I mean, I was joking with Greg. I said, "Come to Corlela's restaurant, one and all. Line up outside.
Not only do you feed humans,
you bunny rabbits and you ducks.
You feed the pets too."
Oh, anyway, life with all of its ups and downs. We all know that it's a precious gift, and every moment we breathe, every moment that we're right now, you and I doing this show. Thank you, Jim, for being in my life, and thank you so much for just who you are. I have to tell you, I adore you, I love you, and that
Thank
goes
you.
without saying.
And I feel the same way about you.
I know, but we celebrate the existence, and we infuse in one another, as everybody else, the profound concept of what it means to have the positive friendships in our
Yeah.
lives. Because without you, Jim, without any one of us, I mean, we need each other. We truly
Right.
do. When you look at the whole life is a remarkable journey, and it's basically filled with experiences. And I don't mean to go on and on about it, but it touches me in such a way, this topic.
Yes.
It's a range of joyous, being joyful, being sorrowful, but it's an emotional journey. It's an emotional roller coaster. And when you sit back,
We were blessed.
realize,
We've been blessed with talent, so it's so important to share those with others, because
yes,
they
Jim,
might need your talent. They might
you're
need,
right.
like Greg is such a wonderful chef,
Yes,
and
he
it's
is.
such a blessing that he shares his talents with so many people, and they enjoy the delicious food that he
That
prepares.
they do. That they do. Yes. Yeah, and it's the talents. And yeah, we make the same old, not excuse. Oh, well, we're busy. This happened, that happened. But you know what? It's not going to happen until you make it happen. So, we discussed that the other day, because he doesn't cook as much as he used to. But why should he? I said, take it easy. You just relax. Like
Right.
the other night, we went out to dinner. It was lovely. Just the two of us, just a nice dinner. And you don't necessarily have to cook all the time at home. But if you want to, that's fine too. But the undeniable, feeling of wanting to do it is there.
I
But
think it's interesting in restaurants, the servers, the waitresses,
oh
and the
yeah,
waiters, to understand what they're going through, because not everybody does. And some people assume, oh, they have to provide this type of service, and if they don't provide that service, you're going to criticize them. But they're human beings. They have lives, and they could be going through a very
that's
difficult time.
upsetting. You're
Yes.
right, Jim. When I see that, I have, to be honest with you, I have zero tolerance for that,
Yeah.
because it's not fair. I mean, they have lives how do you know what's going on in their lives? They carry
Right.
heavy trays. They have to put a smile on their face regardless. And they're dealing with different personalities, and they're celebrating their life just like you are every day.
I always like to recognize them. I always ask them their name if they don't have a
I
name
do
tag
too.
on.
I do too.
And it's so
yes.
important to say, let's say that
Thank
the
you.
waiter's name is Deb. Deb, thank you. And just by
Yes.
saying their name makes them feel like they're just not an anonymous server.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I always make it a point to say, as we leave, I want to thank you so much. Everything was wonderful. We really
Yeah.
appreciate everything you did for us. And,
Right.
it just puts that smile.
Right.
I'm a big believer in that, like you are, Jim. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's valuable. It's very valuable to all of us. It's not just a motivation to put a smile on their face. It's a motivation to realize that you speak from the heart, and that's where it comes from. Why would you say other? Why in the world would you say anything differently? Unless it's got to be from the heart. It's not worthy if it's not. It's not worthiness at all.
Especially with waiters and waitresses, that's not an easy task.
God, no,
Be
not
on your feet that many hours.
That's right.
And they have to deal with what's going on in the kitchen, which we don't know. There could be issues that they have to deal with in the kitchen. And then dealing with some of the public are not the easiest people to deal with. So I really admire them, because they have to have the patience of a saint, and handle all these different aspects of that hospitality industry. It's not easy.
I know. Greg is wonderful that way. We'll be at a restaurant. If he sees that the waitress, let's say, is under pressure, he'll look at us and say, "Oh, honey, don't worry about it. You're doing a great job." And he'll say, "I used to be, I'm a chef," and she put her at ease, and she feels so much better. "Oh, thank you,
Right.
Thank you so much." And then he'd look at me and say, "She's getting an extra tip." Because he feels from the heart. He knows, what they go through. I mean, it's a tough job. It's not easy. It's not, and even out of the ordinary, celebrating life. Think about it, Jim.
Even salespeople in stores.
Oh, yeah.
That's not an easy. I did that in law school. I worked in a department store. It's not easy. That's another one where you're on your feet for so many hours, and then you're having to interact with people, and some of them are not that nice, and they have to try to maintain their composure and help the people. That's another one of those industries that really we need to think about, and just by our own demeanor, try to help that situation to make it a pleasant situation for them also. Not just
Yes.
expect, oh, they have to serve me.
No.
That whole interaction is so important.
I love it when you're out and about and you see other people, and you'll be at a restaurant, all of a sudden it gets really crazy busy, which it was the other night.
Right.
We go to a place called Texas Roadhouse because Greg loves their steak. And I have to say, if you're a steak eater, which I could take it or leave, I'm more chicken and seafood, he's more steak. But I felt like having a little something with iron. And I said, okay, that sounds good. It got crazy. I mean, truly, we just arrived and it was like, wow. Within 15 minutes, it was like, where do you sit? But the service was beautiful. Everything about it was fabulous. I mean, the food, everything. So as we were leaving, there was a man who was opening up the door, and people were coming in, people were leaving.
Yeah.
And the poor guy, all he wanted to do is get it. And he ended up he's like, oh, it's okay, I don't mind. He goes, I'll hold the door for everybody. So Greg took over. He's like, no, he goes, you go inside. So Greg's holding the door. So I ended up sitting down in the corner waiting for him to come and go.
Barbara and I used to go.
I have to laugh because it was like comical. I'm like, okay, you done? But that's okay. You do that. You're celebrating. Everybody's having a great evening, going out to dinner. You're helping. You're celebrating life, right?
Is that on Southern Boulevard?
Actually, that is, yes, it's off of Texas Roadhouse. It's a Southern Boulevard, and
Barbara and I used to go there.
To that one, really?
Yes. And don't they
There's
have
several locations.
When it's somebody's birthday, doesn't the whole group
Oh,
come in?
yeah. You get up on the ride of cowboy.
It's a very festive atmosphere. That's why people like
it. It is. Yeah, that's the one on Southern Boulevard. And
but they're always busy. They are busy.
Very busy. But I'll tell you, Jim, again, their steaks are fabulous. Yes. And I love it when I'm in the mood. And I was. And I have to say, everything about it was delicious, including the house salad was amazing. It was fresh, crisp, delicious. On your birthday, they come around, they go, saddle up. And then a bunch of the waiters, they get together and they're clapping their hands and, and they're doing the line dance every hour.
Right.
Yeah. And it's a lot of fun. I like that.
It makes it very festive. Yes.
Exactly. So I've taken videos and stuff. Greg won't saddle up, though. They're trying to get him on the little saddle that they bring up to the table.
Other thing I like to do is when I'm having a dinner, if the food is enjoyable and especially tasty, to tell the waiter or the waitress to tell the chef that I really appreciated this, whatever it is, and let them know that they're appreciated, because we don't interact with those in the kitchen. So.
No, and that's most important because they're hot, they're behind the scenes.
Right.
Making everything, preparing everything, making sure it goes out properly.
It's nice for them to know that they're appreciated.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The contentment, the gratitude that the people have. And then you have, you hear the customers. I don't hear a lot of that today, though, when you go out. Luckily, they have a nice demeanor and they're kind.
Yes.
But it's not nice when you hear somebody complaining because it's
right.
a hard thing. It's hard to digest. Let's put it that way.
Right.
You like my choice of words, digest?
Very apropos for that topic.
Oh, I guess you have to be mindful of the practice of being you and what it takes for them.
I just wanted to cite
Marie
Pinchmid, our dear friend. This is such an interesting. I love her wisdom.
Yes.
This one is called "What's Your Story?"
What's your story? Morning glory. I love it.
And it's so apropos for us. I believe every life is useful in some way. It may not shake the universe with some spectacular discovery, cure a hopeless disease, but it can make a difference in one life at a time.
Huh.
A sincere smile can prevent a man or woman from an irreversible action and encourage them to give life another chance. A lunch shared with a coworker you hadn't known was diabetic or riddled with cancer who needed a listening ear. Stopping to help a child tie his or her shoelaces or fix a broken chain on a bicycle. To him or her, you're a hero. We don't think of the large picture, like healing the multitudes. It's too huge for mere mortals to comprehend, so we do nothing. Perhaps we should think of the small things, the one person, the one act of compassion, the one step toward feeling of usefulness that we also desire. Perhaps we should concentrate on one act at a time, one day at a time, 1 year at a time, doing a great thing in small, manageable increments. So which is the greater contribution? The one offered in one fell swoop, the 5 minutes of fame, or a simple, slowly lived life of hundreds of small contributions given during the simple process of living?
Beautiful.
What will your eulogy say about you? Speaking of celebrations of life. He was a good person, a simple person who lived a simple but consistently striving and learning life, available when needed, giving in small ways without thought of compensation. A simple thank you sufficing. In every life story, there's a beginning, middle, and ending. The plot may change from time to time, unnecessary words removed, the spelling and dialogue corrected, and when the final word is written, thankfulness for the finished product. Your story, your life. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, wow. Spot on, Marie. Spot
Yes.
on. That is beautiful. Your life, your story. Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Celebration of life, if one has passed, and celebration of life while we're here. Making sure that it all gets done. It's accomplished in every powerful meaning, every powerful way by all of us. That was beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, Marie.
She just impresses me so much with her wisdom.
Well, every show that we've done, I mean, we have always included her beautiful essays, and it's so not just spiritual, Marie. It's coming from a poetic mind, not just the mind, but the spirituality of her is just incredible. Let alone her mind.
And the years that she's lived and learned so many lessons that she shares.
Her love extends beyond. It's incredible. Everything that she shows. Her authentic paintings, her oil paintings, her essays.
And to put them in a book. I mean, how genius was that? Because she writes essays.
Yes.
She writes essays and they're read periodically in our newspaper, but to have it all in one book like that to refer to, and like it's wonderful. Just to read one of them a day is just so uplifting.
Yeah, she cultivates joy, no doubt about it, in every which way. Marie, you do. You really do. Yes. And your experiences have brought many, many and
I don't think artists really realize, they'll start to study art or start to paint because they feel they might have a talent, but really the effect that it has on other people, it's just, when you think of it from that standpoint, it really touches people on a very level. So they
don't realize, right?
We want to encourage people to share their talents because, like you, with your singing, your beautiful voice, people who sing bring joy to the heart, and it's so important to share that with others too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Music is what makes the world go round. But I'll tell you what, I don't know what I would do without it. There's not, when I'm taking a shower, I'm cleaning the house, whatever I'm doing, I've got to have my music on. It's so much a part of me. I mean, it's just thank God for it. It's a source of immense fulfillment for me, and I'm sure for of course for all of us. And it brings out the best in you, music.
When I talk about singers, I have to mention Connie Francis as always. And I don't remember if I mentioned to you that she was the number one recording on TikTok last year.
Yes.
And she's
amazing.
An award. Pretty Little Baby. She received an award, and I was blessed to receive a copy of it. I have it hanging in my conference room.
Oh, how nice.
It's the number one viral song on TikTok for the year 2025.
That was so special. My goodness. Could you, and who would know, right?
60 years after she sang that song.
See? Timing, how that works.
And think
Celebration of life. Yeah.
There was 69 billion views that song. Imagine touching that many lives. It's hard to comprehend.
I know, but she did, and that's the immediate circle, it encompasses a passion that she had.
And for people to have heard the song and then make a video using
Pretty Little Baby.
Yeah, singing to a baby, singing to a
lot of the women that I see, hold their baby, and it's so apropos. I mean, they're just right there in the mom's arms, and it's just beautiful. Pretty Little Baby. It's so spot on.
Yeah, it was so interesting how that happened. And thank God Connie was here last. She was alive when she received that recognition.
Took place, right?
Beautiful.
What that must have felt like for her, She was just a gem, you know,
Yes. Yes.
cherished gem that she'll always be recognized and very well loved because that's just the kind of person she was, you know, and she'll live on forever in all of
Yes.
our hearts and souls. And
Yeah.
she gave a lot, and she's still giving.
Yes.
She's giving and giving each and every as we speak. You know,
Yeah.
she gives and
Beautiful.
gives. She has the power to create joy.
You know,
Even when
Neil,
she's gone, she's not really gotten. He's another one, Neil Sedaka.
he passed away last
I
week.
know. I put something on my face. I'll tell you that man.
Now,
what a love.
he wrote some of her hits, Connie's hits. So
Yes.
and did meet him because
Yes.
they gave him an award, like
Yes.
Lopez received an award.
I remember. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it's so nice that they were recognized.
This is music. It was beautiful that they were recognized that
Yes.
way. But this is music that is not just iconic, but we grew up with, and
Yeah.
I was sweet 16. My mother gave me a beautiful birthday, and Neil Sedaka.
Birthday, sweet 16.
Oh yeah. La 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 la.
La 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 la.
Happy birthday, sweet
Sweet
16.
16.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. So when I saw the passing, I was so saddened, and I thought right
Yes.
away, reflected back to my sweet 16s, where she played his music around the house amongst others, but
Right.
she did his music very, very much.
So
I'll tell you what, the ways that they've touched our lives has been incredible, but
Yes.
thank God.
another life to celebrate.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you know.
And what a difference a day makes. My
Yes, what a difference a day makes, Jim. And you know, I was thinking, we always say, Jim, always try to keep your horizons bright, right?
Yes.
So rather than say a simple prayer at the beginning of the show, I thought we could say something at the end.
Okay, let's hear it.
And it's Heavenly Father, thank you for the gift of a new week and a new day as this Monday begins. Fill our hearts with peace, courage, and hope. Guide our decisions, bless the work of our hands, and open doors of favor and opportunity. In Jesus' name, amen.
Beautiful.
You know, we thank the Lord for everything we have. And like I said, Jim, what a difference a day makes.
Do I hear the tambourine?
And it's coming out right now. So you know what that means. What a difference a day makes. 24 little hours brought the sun and the flowers where there
used to be rain.
Here we go. What a difference a day makes. Woo-hoo! And the difference
is you.
and you. Wow. You do make a difference. And
Yes.
Jim and I love you all, our
Thank you.
Facebook
Thank you for
family and
viewing.
friends. And we're glad to be back. Send us your texts as you always do. Message us. We'd love to hear from you. You want to be on the
Remember-
show? Just reach out. We're here. Okay.
Got to
And
remember to keep
always keep your horizons
horizons bright.
Lots of love, everybody.
Love
Bye-bye.
you all. Thank you. We appreciate all of you.
We do.